NFL history has come from within the walls of Soldier Field here in Chicago. And we're happy to return to it once again in its final chapters as an NFL stadium. Will Reichert has it all teed up. And we're underway from Soldier Field. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And this drive will start inside the 25. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They'll start this one out with Hall. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
They give on 2nd to Hall. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
That one's out and cut on the right side. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams would call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Back to throw. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Roma Dunze, the intended receiver. And that brings up 4th and long. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And this just gets past the 20 before going out. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Finds him over the middle. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
2nd down now, 7 to go. He's dropping back to throw. Completed to his running back. And looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Jalen Johnson with the stop.
You know, these running backs today, they are so versatile. It doesn't matter if they're running it, or in this case, same principle applies on routes out of the backfield. You don't get somebody close to him, that throw is headed his way.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Quickly looking left, and it's complete. And as this play winds up out of bounds, let's see what that flag is all about. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty, and now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Penalty not helping their cause for this third down. Looking for a throw here. It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up fourth down. Minnesota lined up in punt formation. The return begins on their side of midfield. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And it'll be good field position for them as they take over right at midfield. The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. Ready.
Hits his target. That's DJ Moore. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one goes for 25 yards. And that's good for a Bears first down.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Hey, smash Bronco!
On the counter, Hall. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
Buying some time right. A risky throw, and they're going to intercept it. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. Now it's Will Reichert on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Vikings will jump out to a 7-0 lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. He's going to field this at the 2. And he doesn't make it far at all. They bottle up that return immediately.
Can't happen. Man, that's just something you never, ever see at this level. That's a complete failure of operation, not just by the returner, but the return team in general. And now, instead of getting into your normal offense, you got to find some way, somehow, to dig yourself out of this hole.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
70 Timberwolves. Go, check. Go, check. Ready?
They start the drive with Hall. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
Now.
Offense up to the line fast.
Alert.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 6-yard line.
Check go.
Throwing on 2nd and 6. Escapes the pocket. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
Cowboy 80. Street. Hey, check that. Street. Low. Ready?
3rd down give to Hall. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20. Working quickly here. They go play action on 1st. That throw behind his intended target. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So that brings up second down.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
Finds his target hole. These two NFC North teams have played one so far. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Bears football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Looking right, and he finds him. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Hit made by T.J. Edwards.
Now 2nd and 6 at the 37-yard line.
Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Buying some time left. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Vikings are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
They'll throw to begin this drive. He fires one deep down the left sideline. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
2nd and 10 now. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? We chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that will add to their score.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And he breaks the 20 on the return, but only just. That is one up to the 21 and out of bounds. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Hall. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. From the 24. Hall there to haul it in. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
3rd down from the gun. On the move, headed right. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Roma Dunze, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 4th and 3. Punter on now, and he gets into this one. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And it's going to be Vikings football. The give inside to Akers. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
And that will not be enough for a first down. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Gonna keep this one and go. And he touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the first.
It's about the simplest play in the playbook, and they execute it like it was drawn up. That push gets them the first down.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. They'll run here on first down. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he's stopped after running it up across the 45 to the 46. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
From the 46. Taking a shot. Deep down the field it goes. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. Pick up a 5 on that play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down. He'll look to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner and really importantly as a check down outlet on short throws.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Throw left side, brought in by Hawkinson. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
A pickup of 2 yards. First down, Minnesota.
New set of downs for him at the 38. They've got a man in motion. Shotgun handoff to Akers. He gets forward, next about 4 yards. That play wrapped up by DeMario Davis.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 34. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long. It only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Pass play now. He'll get this to Jefferson. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches. And the QB keeps it on the sneak. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
This game of today, Kate, in so many ways is so different than the game I played. That's a call that I could close my eyes and still remember. All you do as a QB is just look. It just takes a look. With the big guys up front saying, give me a push, and I'll do the rest.
The Bears decide to call their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Throwing from the gun. Into the hands of Jefferson, complete. And able to get this down to the 15 before going out. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue. From the red zone now. We've got a screen to the running back. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Timeout taken by the defense. Their 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
He'll throw it yet again. Buys time, rolling right. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
Just something off in the rhythm of the passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Here's the one back on the handoff. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I think even the defense would admit a little surprised to see him running on 3rd and long. That's called pursuit. Rallying quick after that initial reaction and stuck him behind the line.
Smith able to put it through. And that one was hit great. It sails on through without incident.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Returnable from the 2. Good looking return here, and he's got room. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Track at 60.
Throwing it to start this drive. He's on the move. Connection made with his back deep downfield. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That's a 38-yard play for him to move the sticks. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment.
Bears nothing.
Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Airing it out to start this drive. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Looking to the air here. Puts his body on the line, and he got it. It's enough for a first down. Nice find by the rookie QB from UCLA. From the gun, here's Akers. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up second and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Second and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Here's a throw. Makes the grab in bounds left side. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
He's got the hook up to Akers. Jukes out a one-stop, and they get this down to the 7-yard line. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with first and goal.
Let's go. Hawk 7, Hawk 7.
Give now to the running back. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. No gain that time, and now it'll be second and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations.
And he'll bring it to the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings grow the lead coming out of halftime. Vikings electing not to kick it. The offense staying out there. They're going for two. He's throwing for it. And he won't get away. They bring him down. The sack prevents them from adding another two more to that lead. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Returning it from the 4. This return makes it up to the 25. Drive starts out with a first and 10. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Able to hit home, complete. And they had that one contained right at the line. Brandon Stevens in on the tackle. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Fits it through the middle. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears start the second half with some needed points. Now Cairo Santos on to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bears shave some of the lead. It's down now to 12. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
They give it to him again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4. They go play action here. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
And he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Saturday Lions. Let's go now. 60 by 6. 60 by 6. 19 Lions. Go.
They'll try and throw it here. Looking for it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
When nothing opens up, that becomes a pretty clear throwaway spot. I mean, that is textbook throwaway spot right there, Kate. Get outside the box, chuck it into the 3rd row, and avoid exactly what happened right there. Because now 3rd down is so much harder.
Third and long for him here. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
I'll tell you this, Kate, that's where you got to be on the same page with one another and get both ends of the play right to execute, both the protection and ultimately completing that ball. They certainly want that play call back.
They're out and set. 1st and 10.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Hurt.
Hall running between the tackles. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Offense in the hurry up here. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Vacates quickly left side. Nearly intercepted. Ooh, he almost had it. Couldn't bring it in. Incomplete. That brings up 3rd down.
19 Tigers. Come on. Set.
They'll try to run for it with Hall. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down. So we're through 3 here.
Can't we score? Ready, break.
They've got 1st down from the 31.
Set up. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Big Lions. Hut.
Here's Hall once more. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Offense up to the line fast.
39-yard play. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Hall gets it again on 2nd down. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. They've got him behind the line for a big loss. Working quickly here. Minnesota spends its second timeout here. We'll see how judicious they choose to be with that final timeout. Lengthy fourth down try here. They need 6.
Let's go. Buffalo 18. Check. 60 Maverick. Check smash. Ready.
He'll throw it. Chased out to his right. He'll go all the way across the field here. Deep wide open down the field, and he has it! And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down.
That's good. Bears, first down.
Go.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Forced out to his right. Jones reels it in. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
Bears, first down.
Here we go.
First down and 12 to go.
Working inside the red zone. Escapes the pocket.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing he woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
And in for the Chicago touchdown. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Santos connects on the point after. And the Bears trim the deficit down to 5. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing now from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Jordan Addison, the intended target. And it's going to be 2nd down.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Pass play coming here. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
He's back to throw. Cut out left. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They get 6 and a first down as well.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and then netted some positive yards.
They'll throw it again. And that's incomplete, but I do see some laundry on the field. Let's see what this flag is all about. So march it forward after they accept the penalty. A fresh set of downs after that penalty. Here's 1st and 10. Running it after the penalty. he has this one past the 50 and will start downhill into Bears territory. Call it 9 yards. Looks like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Being offenses love execution and plays like that on first down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Tight end going in motion here. 2nd and 1. Throw left side, brought in by Hawkinson. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. It's the 2-minute warning from Chicago. Vikings leading by 5. New set of downs for him at the 38. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down. Back to the well again. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. They'll come to the line here. 2nd and 9. Here's Akers up the middle. And they'll get him down at the 7-yard line. Timeout taken by the defense. They're 2nd. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
The gun, they'll give it to him inside. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Vikings take an 11-point lead as they try to push this one out of reach. Riker there to tack on the extra point. And the Vikings push the lead up to 12. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. Return starts from the goal line. Finds some space. He's past the 30. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. 1st and 10. They'll throw to begin this drive. On the move, headed right. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Bears trying to get everyone set. They're going quickly here. Buys time, rolling right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Let's go. Buffalo 18. Ready.
They're going play action. He gets this to Tyler Scott. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. From the red zone now. He's on the move. And he doesn't slide down, and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground. The Bears going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Here we go. 60 Maverick. 79 Bronco. Dragon 60.
Throwing from the gun. Rolling out to his left. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
You know, as you can see here, things broke down a little bit. He tried to find a connection, but he just could not get on the same page. I'll tell you what I do like about that throw, though. He didn't risk an interception, and he put it out of bounds instead.
Mustang 19. Check, Bobcat. Check, Bobcat. Check, go.
Here he is to throw. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Vikings will be set up at the 20-yard line following that interception.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ready up.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. So they take a knee here, and they say perfect on the season. Another victory added on to their streak.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Vikings pick up the win on the road. And as we play in October, they have kept their perfect start to the season going. To the point, Brock, I think you could argue they might be the league's best team in the